Hey, Able Church, how's it going today? We're here another week, another Tuesday, another Just Justin episode. Today we're down in Oostburg, Wisconsin, hanging out with some of our friends. You guys all remember the Weidners, right? They just did the worship for us in our last Able Church service video this last Friday. We had Sabrina and all the kids. They were singing the worship songs, so wasn't that just awesome? They had Micah, my friend Micah. He was helping me run the computer, recording all the audio. Just so thankful that we have awesome friends who are willing to come up and help us get some worship songs out to you on a Friday since we can't meet at Able Church. I think that's just so great. So we're here hanging out with them for a couple days, and they have this really beautiful prayer garden right across their street, and I thought that would just be an awesome, amazing place to do a recording, and that's why I'm here today, because we're in the prayer garden. We're talking about prayer. Prayer is such an important part of our Christian walk. If we're not praying to God, there's no way to know what he wants for our life. We can't find that out if we're not praying to him. And some people don't know how to pray, or just don't know where to begin, or think that it's silly. But I'm here to tell you that it's not silly, and it's very important, and God wants us to pray to him. And I'm here to tell you it's not silly, it's not that hard. We can talk to God just like we talk to our best friend. In fact, Jesus should be our best friend, because he loves us so much, and he wants to hang out with us, and he wants to talk to us, and he wants us to talk to him. So you can be pretty casual about it if you want. You can be like, oh, hey Jesus, what's up today? How you doing? That's totally fine. Otherwise, there's other great ways to pray. You can close your eyes and fold your hands and bow your head, and you can pray that way, and that's totally fine, just as long as we're talking to God, because God wants us to talk to him. So no matter how you do it, just please, I encourage you to continue to pray. And if you don't normally pray, I encourage you to start, because like I said, if we're not praying to God, there's no way we're going to know what he wants us to do in our life. And just like when we're talking to our friends, we talk a little bit, and then we stop and we listen to what they have to say, and then we talk a little bit more, and then we stop and listen to what they have to say. We have to do the same thing with God. We need to talk to him, but then we need to stop. We need to be quiet. We need to be still. We need to listen to what God has to say. If we're not listening, that's half the conversation. We need to be listening to what God has to say. So I encourage you, if you're not listening, if all you're doing is talking to God, is to start, holding still and just listening to what God has to say. And, he might talk to you in your head. You might hear a little voice in your head, or you might be listening to the radio, and a certain song might come on, and you might think, wow, that is just what I needed, or that's just what I needed to hear, or that was so encouraging. That's God talking to you, so listen to those things. They're so important. I just encourage you to continue to pray, and again, if you don't normally pray, I really encourage you to start praying. It's very important. Well, thanks for letting me, come into your house again, on your computer screen or on your phone screen. I know this is really weird. We're not too sure when we're going to get together again yet still, but until we do, please continue to watch our Able Church service videos on Friday nights, and always continue to check in on Tuesday nights on our Just Justin episodes. I promise we'll be bringing those to you every Tuesday and every Friday, so continue to check in. But until I can see you again, or until I see you on your computer screen again next week, see ya!